Hello, Anne here, and we're still on the Little Way of Lent. How has this been for you? Are you changing? Are you getting closer to Jesus? Now remember yesterday's challenge. It was all about preparing for that very famous Thanksgiving meal, the Passover meal. So, did you get with Mum and Dad and your brothers and sisters to think about what you will do when you celebrate this meal at home? Today's Gospel reading is from John chapter 3. Jesus knows he is about to die. He also knows that Judas is about to betray him. As Christians, we understand the importance of the Stations of the Cross. They are visual reminders of the journey Jesus took after he was arrested by the officials in Jerusalem. When we look at those stations and walk with Jesus, we understand his pain and suffering and the humiliation. The crowd would jeer and spit and shout at him. He was abandoned by all those he loved. Yet, there were some kind people. Veronica, who wiped his face, and Simon, who helped carry the cross. Do you think you could be one of those people? Could you stand out in the crowd to someone who was hurt or suffering? But Jesus is not afraid of his destiny. He knows that all his life he has been preparing for his fateful day. At this Last Supper, Jesus washes the feet of his disciples. It is an act of humility and service. He says to them, "You are all made clean." And what that means is that their hearts are clean and they are ready to celebrate that Passover meal with Jesus. At the Passover meal, Jesus reminds them that he is the body and the blood of Christ. He is their host. This is most important for us to understand. Every time you go to Mass and you receive the Eucharist, you are commemorating this final Passover meal, this Last Supper, this celebration and thanksgiving. After the Last Supper, Jesus wanted to be alone. He needed to pray. He needed to talk to his Father. So he went to the Garden of Gethsemane and he asked his Father, "Lord, please take this cup away from me, this cup of suffering." And then he said, "No, not mine, but your will be done." Sometimes we have to overcome obstacles, our fears, the things that we are frightened of, to complete the great things in our lives. Jesus knew this is what he had to do. My challenge for you is to obtain the 14 stations. Put them in order, have a look at them, and prayerfully think about what they mean as Jesus travelled towards Calvary. This is a way that you can prepare prayerfully to be a companion of Jesus on his last earthly journey. Tomorrow, I will ask you about those stations as we prepare to be with Jesus at the end. Till tomorrow, Good Friday.